Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Virtual Workspace. This is the second video of my playlist, Citrix Virtual App Installation and Configuration. In this video, I'm going to install prerequisite services like Active Directory, DNS and DSCP. And after that, I'll just walk through my lab. So in my lab, as I explained in first video, I operated 5 servers and I use Workspace VMware tool for the configuration, and operating system is Windows Server 2016, and RAM is 4 GB. It's 8 GB RAM. Let me show you the RAMs, the hardware configuration. So I have 8 GB RAM and 8 processor, 40 GB hard disk, and I have added just one LAN card as if needed in future. I will add one more. So let's configure our first server. So let me change the server. I will configure the local server first. Change the name as per our lab setup. It is let me change the name. ADSR1. Okay, let me verify the server name. ADSR1, yeah. And the IP address, like restart later. I'll just configure the IP address and then reboot the server. One 192.168.0.1. It's it's 0.10 actually. As this will our DNS and DSCP server, so I will use the same IP 0.10. So we have changed the name and change the IP address. I just reboot this server, and once it start, we will install Active Directory. So in this particular video, I'm going to cover the prerequisites services. So if you are already aware about this, you can skip this video and move to the next video. On this server, I'm going to add 3 roles. One is Active Directory, DNS, DSCP, and file server. Okay, server is rebooted. Let me log in into the server. So let's click on add role and features. Okay, it is just on. It takes some time to configure. Okay, I think we can ready. We can. Okay. So you can install this from the remote computer also, but as we are installing this role on the same server, so I select the server, local server, and from here we need to select the component which you want. So Active Directory domain services I have selected, and then I have selected DSCP, DNS, file server is already there. Okay. So I have to selected three services: Active Directory, DSCP, DNS, and file server. Let's click on next. Group policy management, it will install automatically. Just next, and so it will take some time for installation. So once it installed, we need to configure the Active Directory first, and then we need to configure DNS and DSCP, and after that we will add the other remaining machines to the domain controller. So I'll just skip this, and once it's installed, I will start from there. Okay, the role installation is completed now. So we have successfully installed that DSCP, AD, and file servers are on this file server role on this server. So let's configure it. So let's configure our first service. So we just need to mention the domain here. Select as we are creating the new domain. So we need to select this option, add a new forest, and we need to give your domain name. virtualworkspace.com. I just type the domain name, click next. So it will take some time for configuration. Once AD configuration is completed, we will configure the other component. Okay. Now we need to put the admin password over here. So on the screen also we need to select the function level. Suppose if you are installing this in production, and if you have some old server, to match that you can select the function level from here as for your configuration. But now we are doing a new fresh installation, so I'm going, and we in my lab we have all server in 2016 operating system, so I'm going with this option, this function level. Net BIOS name we need to mention here. Okay, it's taken W. Next. So the database folder, log file, and syswell file folder, by default it is going to save on this particular location. If needed, you can change, and you can configure the other location also, but this is the default one. Just click next. So it will check if there are any prerequisites needed. Sometime we need to install .NET. So if it is needed, here it will give that information, and then if it is needed, we need to install that. It will take some time for, okay, it's completed now. Prerequisite has been completed. So we didn't delegate the DNS server, so that's why it's giving that, but that's completely fine. We will configure that later. So just click on this store. Final installation is started now. It will take some time. It's creating a directory now. It's almost completed. AD installation is completed. Now it is configuring DNS. Okay, I skipped the installation part and server reboot part from this video. Server is rebooted after delivery controller role installation, and so let's log in into the server and just verify the services. So domain control is installed successfully now. So, and we have configured the delivery control. We have configured the domain controller, files, DSCP and DNS. So we really not require DSCP. So right now we not DSCP is not needed. So we will not configure that. DNS also, it is no need to configure manually. It is just that is it's not required to configure DSCP right now. File share server will be configured later. So domain controller is configure now. Let's check the Active Directory if it is created. Okay, so Active Directory is created now. We'll create one admin user. So that will be needed. in our next video. So I'm just create one admin user. Just give the simple name admin. Oops, sorry. Admin, and the login name is also admin. Next, username will change the password. As this is just lab, so I'm selecting this option. Okay, so admin user is created, and I just want to give the same permission as per the administrator, the default admin. So I want to give the same permission for this new user also. Domain admin. Oops, sorry. Administrator, member, admin, domain admin, enterprise admin also. I'm going to add this user. Last schema admin. It's not needed, but let's add. It might be needed for our next practical. So I'm adding here. Okay, so we have created new user admin, and we will give the permission to that user as per the built-in administrator. So whatever the groups we have added this user, we all the group member we have. Okay, it's completed. So we have created one admin user account and give the same permission as per the built-in administrator. So configuration is done. Now just we will try to add our first server in domain controller. So there are two IP address, I think. On by default IPv6 is a number that I need to disable that. IPv6 let me disable, otherwise it will create a confusion. So best way to just disable that, as we are not using IPv6. Okay, as DHCP configure, he got the IP address, but we need to assign a different IP address to the server. Let me check the IP address of the server. Okay, so I just put it manually. So IP address is correct. Let me verify one more time. Okay, so we have configured the IP address. It was automatically, so I just changed it to manually. Okay, and I disable the IPv6 as this is not needed. So now I'm going to add this into our domain, but before that we need to change the computer name. So I'll just change the computer name. Okay, it's already changed. Okay, now I'm just going to add this into the our domain, virtual workspace.com. Go in and add the password. Okay, so server is added to the domain now. It will just restart. I just restarted now. The similar way, I will add other server, session server and storefront server. Similar way, I will add those server in Active Directory domain controller. But I'll just skip that, and once all server are added, we will install the Citrix component. So in this video, I covered we will install a domain controller, DNS and DSCP on server, and we have configured that. Also, we have added one server in domain controller. So in next video, we will install delivery controller, Citrix license server, and Citrix Studio and director on our server, on our Citrix Infra server. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you.